Lucana, one of the most beautiful countries on the Mediterranean coast, and a small peaceful island, Astigos.
This morning, the Zagorius Federation, one of the Mediterranean coastal nations, launched a unilateral military offensive against Astigos Island, a territory of the nation of Lucana which has been seeking independence. Despite protests from various nations, the Zagorian forces continue their invasion of Astigos, and sources believe it is only a matter of time before the island is completely occupied.
VSSE has learned that the Zagorius army has deployed tactical missiles on Astigos Island that will be a threat not only to Lucana, but to the surrounding nations as well. Two of their best agents were sent in to remove this threat. Alan Dunaway, Wesley Lambert.
Jump! Hurry!
Alicia Winston.
Surprise, surprise.
Wild Dog.
Allow me to introduce myself.
Wild Fang.
And now, time to get rid of you both.
Giorgio Zott. Time Crisis 3. Time Crisis 3.
As the opponent again, continuing the Time Crisis trilogy with the first 3 games. The Time Crisis 3 came out 2003. I think the PS2 version followed not long after, because it's a one-to-one port, more or less. So let's just go to right in here. So Time Crisis 2 innovated after the first game by introducing multiplayer and the scoring system. But on the surface, Time Crisis 3 looks the same, but it adds extra weapons, and we have to use them as much as possible for speed.
5 maybe?
No, I'd say 7.
What do you think you're doing here? This is a restricted area.
Stop right there! Oh my god!
So right away, we're going to change over to the machine gun and use it as much as we can. The benefit of that is you can hold the trigger down and keep firing. You also don't have to reload. So these new white and yellow guys are what's going to refill your special ammo. Also really bright, so I don't have the screen flash filter turned on for this game because it doesn't really flash the screen as much as it does just make the screen brighter, and screen flash filtering just can make it so much worse. So as I was saying earlier, extra weapons you can switch to by pulling the trigger with the pedal off is what Time Crisis 3 introduced to try to keep the series fresh. And in this first iteration of the sub-weapons, they are, in my opinion, a little too good. And Namco knew it too, come Time Crisis 4, when they nerfed them significantly and introduced new enemy types that had to be fought with the special weapons. It ruins the point. If you don't play this game for speed, you just use the machine gun and the shotgun as much as you can. It's a good thing you mentioned the timer, thank you for that. Nothing happens on this screen. I can just do that. I'm gonna go through this as fast as I can. We're in a time crisis after all. So you can skip all of those. Those paratroopers will never ever hit you because they're in the air and they can't control their movement. These guys will though. Get that yellow guy though. You have to get as much ammo as we can. Especially early on, we don't have to worry about saving ammo. What we have to do here first though, get 20 hits on that cannon back there. It's not a threat to us yet, but if we get 20 hits early, we can quick kill it once we get close enough. Once again, I'm playing on the player 2 side. Yeah, watch out for that guy, he might actually hit you. Because there are no branching paths in this game. No pairs of brown dudes to hit to decide your path. Use a shotgun in these trenches. I think the shotgun is just overall the best weapon in the game because there's no cooldown between trigger pulls. You can just keep firing shotgun shells as fast as you can pull the trigger. And they introduced a firing rate limit in Time Crisis 4. It's not fun to use. I don't have to use it here. This is why we got this 20 hits earlier. One grenade will destroy that thing. If you don't, it'll take you 2 grenades and it'll just feel like a giant waste. They call it a grenade, but it's really just a rocket launcher. Also, you get to carry 5. In later games, you can only carry 1 because it's way too good.
Seems to be a wrecked ship.
Yeah.
Certain yellow enemies will always drop specific ammo. I have to take advantage and try to get those, especially grenades. So I use this more to save time than anything else. And I had to change over to the handgun here because I'm depleted on special ammo, so I'm trying to get some of it back. It's still fun using the handgun only, as long as you don't hit any enemies that die in more than 1 hit. The one thing I don't like about this game. Try to justify the use of them. Those yellow jacketed machine gunners took like 5 hits with the handgun to kill. That. So if you want to do a handgun only run, you have to be prepared to face dozens of bullet sponges. It gets even worse in Time Crisis 4. I don't want to talk about that game because I don't have access to it. And I do have, I do have a PS3, and I can get the version that uses the PlayStation Move because I have PlayStation Move too, but I don't have enough room for that. I barely have enough for my gun con too. Almost got hit there, that's embarrassing. Shotgun there. Also, as has been pointed out, this game is nearly twice as long as the other games. So, Time Crisis 2 is exactly the right length, and Time Crisis 3 drags out the length. All the explosions and everything, it's still going for a Hollywood feel, but it feels like they're going for Michael Bay more than anything else. It's stuff blowing up, complicated plotline that's not actually that complicated if you think about it a little bit. How am I using the shotgun? And they just give you way too much ammo here.
Like sheep to the slaughter.
I have yet to get 1 CC on this game, but I might get it here if I'm extra careful and don't get too greedy. We'll see. My best is 2 CC on this because I died in the 2nd stage. The boss there is just, you can't react to it either. You'll see what I mean. Just waste all your ammo here. You'll get enough of it back, enough to get back to full, which you're gonna need for the boss. I did buy this back in 2003. I remember going down to EB and getting the gun con too. I wasn't able to get Time Crisis 2 by that time though. They didn't have it in stock anymore. So I had to borrow a copy of Time Crisis 2 for this marathon.
You're finished.
Jump! Hurry! There's no time! Come on!
Say goodbye.
I think from the intro. Way more explosions than ever before.
He's on our tail!
Change the machine gun here. Player 2 has it real easy, because it takes longer for the bosses to hit Player 2 than Player 1. And you can't mitigate that if you are Player 1. Change over to the shotgun here. See what little machine gun ammo we have left. If you can, just wait for these jeeps to merge together to save shotgun shells for them to come to us. Running low on shotgun. I always do by the end of this. If you hit your partner, it's only 1,000 points lost. No big deal.
Grenade.
Get over to the grenade to take out these mounted guns. It really wanted you to use them too. And then get some back from these guys if you need them. Seems like at least one of those drops will always be a grenade if you manage to hit those guys. And there's more interaction with the bosses, even though they're far away. So many guys with life bars, it's kind of annoying later on. I'm running low on shotguns, so I need to be... Actually, no, I don't. 5 shells each is not good, though. Also, way more clawmen than in the previous games, too. That'll become a pain later. I might actually die to one of them. Trouble with using the machine gun is that it brightens the screen and makes the warning shots harder to see. Stage 3 is going to become a big problem, I think. You gotta if you want to play for speed. Especially this machine gun segment, he will always aim at player 1 first. He will always hit player 2 second, so he gets dibs. Always satisfying to kill the boss with a grenade. One of the reasons I like this game. Get to do that. And since you can carry more than one, you're actually able to do it. With that said, you have to ration your grenades later on because some things cannot be destroyed with only one.
I'm with the Lucano Liberation Army, and you two must be Alan and Wesley from the VSSE.
Are you working alone? You're out of your mind.
My brother, I mean our men, were captured by the Zagorius army while carrying out a mission to destroy the tactical missiles.
I see. So they're using the hostages as bait to force the resistance to surrender, right?
Yes, but that will never happen.
And so you came all the way by yourself to rescue your brother.
So this PS2 port adds a whole extra campaign where you play as Alicia Winston. You see all the stuff she does behind Alan and Wesley's back, including some sniping and other gimmicks. It's about as long, if not longer, than the arcade game.
The tactical missiles are hidden in the military facility located at the summit of this mountain. We'll need to use the railway on the far side of this town. It's been used for supply transportation, and it will be our only route to the facility.
We better split up! We'll meet at the station up ahead!
The train leaves at 1500! Don't be late!
Yeah, I see people mentioning House of the Dead. I think the only problem I have with House of the Dead is the 6 bullet limit. Really could have been 9. I'll use the handgun here. Get some bullets back. It's one of my favorite segments in this game. You have a machine gun and now you have a reason to use it. All the destructible scenery you can ask for. Just don't get distracted and get hit by a red man while you're trying to destroy all the pottery though. And all the fruits. There's a guy hiding there, see? Okay, this segment's kind of straightforward, but you might have to memorize a few things where the clawmen appear.
Action.
And like that.
Action.
They give you another grenade for some reason, so I'm gonna just use it right here.
Machine gun.
Never saw it coming.
Action.
This part scrolls a little bit. Look for that.
Action.
Even here they give you one pot. That other pot isn't destructible, I have no idea why. Okay. Careful here. Into the shotgun for this screen.
Action.
For that. So proud to kick that door down.
Machine gun.
I don't know why, this next screen coming up is really precarious. I nearly got hit by a green man, it would have been embarrassing. I seemingly always take a hit here. After the camera moves, you'll see. immediately hide because, yeah, that machine gun man he's gonna get you. I don't know why he's so accurate. I avoided it this time, but this guy might too. Yeah. Almost like they're hard-coded for extra accuracy. I got hit by green man, that's really embarrassing. If I'm gonna die, it's gonna be on this stage. I don't know why it's so unpredictable. It's just so bright. So they don't do anything to make the warning shots easier to see when the screen's flashing. Also, I didn't mention this yet, but for Time Crisis 2 and 3, I'm actually playing on SCART RGB. What I did was I took the plug apart and I soldered a RCA plug on the composite output pins, so I can plug that into the gun con and still get synced with a really good picture. Trouble is that since it's so much brighter, the warning shots are harder to see. So you might be wondering, why are these guys on motorcycles and why are they still able to hit me? Okay, stay on shotgun for this. Almost got hit by that. Next summon, I'm not gonna have any special weapon ammo, so I have to just make do with the handgun best I can. I probably could have used a grenade on that wall earlier, come to think of it, but I need them for the end of the next area.
Are you sure we're heading the right way?
Actually, I was just following you.
What?
Well, guess we came to the right place.
Small enemies you can easily overlook. You can see plenty of that in stage 3. Get the handgun here, get some ammo back because I have none to spare. It's still fun to do chase shots here though. It's really satisfying when you know where everything's already gonna be. Now it's smart them. Look at that guy go. I didn't get those bonus guys. Shotgun here. Why is that flamethrower? What did he hope to accomplish with that here? Barely dodged that. I thought I got him. Should be having enough machine gun for the next part. I need more shotguns soon though. Because the bullets at the end. I almost forgot about that guy. Okay. That's fairly straightforward. So many katana calls on this stage. Give me a grenade. Break the box. 5 grenades, that's good. One machine gun ammo, though I might run out here. Take the safe shotgun too. All shotgun. Okay. Don't know if this is going to be enough for anything. Let's change over the handgun here. Still have to hit the other guys that only the computer can see. Now this part is just these take these things up for like 20 hits each or 1 grenade. That's why I'm trying to save them. Or shotgun. You don't want to fight these things without it, it's just not fun. It keeps lagging. I don't know if arcade also lagged there. Shotgun here. Grenade here, I think. I could not use all my grenades is not enough to take out that fleet of tanks, boats.
Alicia, she didn't make it.
You sure about that?
Alan! Wesley!
Come on, hurry!
Rolling Thunder like gun game. That's an idea I never thought of until now. Okay. It's some opportunity to get me stuff back, but also all the katana claws in the world. I'm guaranteed I'm gonna take at least one hit to one of them. Not this one though. Saw that coming. I'm slowly getting my shotgun back. I need some grenades though. I need at least 3. And the thing is, while I'm using the machine gun to take out these katana claws, it's not going to be enough when the gold ones start showing up, so I need to use the shotgun there. And they give me enough of it, but I'd like my machine gun for now. I can't believe I took a hit on that. That's really embarrassing. CC is going to have to maybe stroke of luck now. Where do you come from? Okay. Did you over to shotgun for this? No, it's too early, but let's see. These guys, they're way too tough. Machine gun's not fast enough to kill these dudes. What hit me? Did you see what hit me? I didn't. There's no one. No, I'm not getting 1cc now. No extends after Time Crisis 1. 4 lives is the default. You'll make through with it. Watch out there. Those yellow dudes are easy to miss, but they're guaranteed to give you at least 1 or 2 grenades if you hit them. Watch out for that grenade, by the way. If I used a machine gun, I would have gotten hit there. I got hit. Told you I was gonna die here. Could have gotten it if I was just more careful. It didn't take surprise hits. I practiced this too. What am I doing? Grenade to get him out of your face. And again. I could have used one earlier. What'd you get for eating my 1cc?
Alan! Wesley!
Alicia!
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. But guess we're on foot from here.
The last stage is tough in the middle because it's so hard to see.
Daniel!
That's your brother?
The rebels are still refusing to surrender. Maybe your death will teach them a lesson.
It won't do you any good.
Don't worry. If they don't surrender, I have another option in mind.
Daniel!
Wait! We'll take care of the enemy troops. You go and rescue your brother, okay?
Ready to make some noise?
Oh yeah.
I didn't mention it yet. I think another issue that later Time Crisis games have is the protagonists are just not cool. Richard Miller said nothing, and he's by far the coolest protagonist. He showed no more emotion than he needed to. He didn't try to make quips. It's pretty scary. Be really careful there. You could get that in one cycle if you're fast enough, but I'm not. I normally don't have much sub-weapon ammo going into this part, but I also continued. And this part is just awful. These two tanks, you can't kill with grenades. Well, you can, but it's gonna take too many, so just use the shotgun here instead and be really careful for the rockets. I got hit. Told you I would. I still don't have that perfected. Full jacket with your name on it and a big angel on the back. This part's easier. I think that might have been a screen that player 1 has it easier on because he's higher up.
Machine gun. Action.
I didn't practice that enough.
Action.
Kind of overdoing it with the clawman at this part, I think. The red man is diving in. Oh.
Grenade.
Yeah, I'm supposed to use a grenade there.
Whoa! Surprise, surprise. Wild dog, don't you ever die?
Even now, Wild Dog's just a running gag and they don't even try to hide it.
Whoa! What the? Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wild Fang, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
So, also, shotgun here. 2 shots each? Or 3 here. But Wild Dog and Wild Fang have pretty much no, like, relevance to the storyline. They're just there. And Time Crisis 1, Wild Dog was the one who supplied most of the enemy troops. And he got really angry at Richard for killing his paycheck. Shotgun. And then he was still alive in Time Crisis 2, and he was also shown to support the boss. Here, he has no interaction with the boss or anyone else. They just show up. He's only here because they had to be. I'll get back to that. Almost had a shotgun. This is the thing where the boss phase doesn't end until a specific part in their animation cycles. You can drain their ammo, but you have to hit them one more time after they're in a specific spot. A good example of that. There. Because they had to throw that scenery at you. Of course, tricky. For that, then hit them.
Machine gun.
Or you'll just waste ammo. Do that early. Get on him early. Almost have ammo now. Yeah, then just wait. Wait for him to go through all of this.
Grenade.
And then silence him for good.
Machine gun. Shotgun. Handgun.
Use handgun here because I'm out of ammo.
Shotgun.
Can't use grenade to kill him, so just spam shotgun at him before his flamethrower reaches you.
Ow. Beaten by a couple of young punks.
Now, I think Wild Fang doesn't appear again until Time Crisis 5, and even then you're not going to recognize him unless you look real close. I don't think he was in Time Crisis 4.
Looking for him. Drop your weapons.
Stop! Alicia, we're going after him. Take care of your brother.
You do have to do sniping in her storyline. kind of a thing. I thought it was cool at the time though. Maybe next year I should try Silent Scope. Dreamcast version runs okay. Also the PS2 games. I don't have a gun for that obviously, but it's still playable on controller. One thing about the Dreamcast port of Silent Scope though is that the VMU, the screen tries really hard to emulate the scope. I got hit. I was really careful to watch for the red man too, and I got hit by the claw man. I can still make a 2cc if I'm really careful though. I got no special weapon ammo. I have to play this game right for a while. Also, you can barely see the warning shots. There's so much fire and smoke. You're not gonna get first time 1cc in this, guaranteed. It's enough. And I also have to turn my brightness up on my screen even more than normal, what you're seeing on stream, so my Guncon 2 is able to see it better. His knee was sticking out, so I was able to hit him. Yeah, I just have to really concentrate here. This segment's really long. So many guys hiding at the top where you're not looking. You remember though the final boss of Time Crisis 1 with all that fire? They take it way too far here. Pay close attention to the banisters. You can't even get railing kills most of the time. Come on, dudes. Someone coming here. I knew about that one. I wasn't gonna get hit by somebody. Maybe if you're just really cautious, you'll get through here without taking a hit. I got real lucky at that dodge there at the top. This is just unreasonable. Almost over. I got through that somehow. Now the final boss. A lot of memorization here, and don't even bother trying to save any of your ammo. Big fan of all the light gun arcade talk in the chat right now. The one game I want to play again more than anything else right now though, Warzade. Or Skeleton War, the video game. Really hope it gets emulated someday. Because that also had a Time Crisis shield. You have to shoot off screen to raise it though. Also a Terra Burst, which I think got some stripes in emulation in the newest version of MAME. I was never able to get far because the guns are really big and heavy, and I was like 8.
My friends, these missiles are all targeted for Lucano and ready for launch.
What?
I should have gotten rid of that pesky country a long time ago.
I got a once you see a Crisis Zone last MagFest.
And now, time
Hopefully it shows up next year. You just have to memorize everything here. Okay, we dodged that bullet. Like a Soul Calibur character with all that dodging. That red guy hid in that shipping container, presumably for hours waiting for you. Something to think about, that's his job. You have to be extra vigilant for warning shots while you have machine gun out. And I wasn't. I can still get 2cc there. Who am I kidding? Well, watch out for that. I got him. Lots of destructible scenery here, but don't get distracted, you'll get clawed. And grenaded. Let him whiff.
Machine gun. Action.
One more segment here.
Machine gun.
Okay. Next few screens are somewhat straightforward. Still some clawmen to come though. Really going over budget on katana claws this guy. It's not enough machine gun ammo. Go back there.
Continue.
We need katana claws.
Machine gun. Action.
I'm displeased right now. I have to be honest. Both of my credit losses have been the katana claw, man. And this part is kind of not good. Two grenades to kill that. I need to save one for the end. Shotgun on this. One more for the road.
Machine gun.
Here's the last phase. Take that. He's being a little bit overly cautious after it would have been useful too. An estimate somehow.
Oh, it's too late. No one can stop the missiles now. What?
The project's going down in flames. Now get this.
Alan, over there!
Use the RPG in a desperate attempt to stop the launch. You don't get to control that though. That would have been really cool if you did. The one last bonus screen like in Raising Storm. Did Raising Storm get played in Coin Up Classic? 'Cause I know Lord BBH is really into that game. I don't remember if he ran it. If not, I will. I got to play that in arcade exactly twice. I didn't get to have enough time to get very far though. Man. Virtual Cop is a game I think I need to learn better, but I like to think that maybe you can get a 1cc by reacting to everything instead of memorizing it all, but in practice I don't think the rank will allow that. Speaking of which, have you ever seen a confidential mission? Because we had a sit-down cabinet of that in one of our arcades. Anyway, that's the Time Crisis block. So, thank you for all of the GGs. Really hope I was going to get at least 2cc in Time Crisis 3, but maybe next time. Find more like stuff to play.
Rest is up to them. Yeah, they'll be fine.
I think this is after the rescue mission. So, that's the end of the Time Crisis block. Coming up next on the Coin Op Classic, Dumble-chan treats us to Trick Trap. I myself will be back again in about 2 hours' time with more Twinkle Star Sprites, hardest difficulty no miss attempts. This is the Coin Op Classic, brought to you by Retro Gaming Live TV. Stay tuned. Let me get my name in first. 25 minutes 59. My estimate is 40 minutes. I was running for about 35. 10 minutes that is all cutscenes, but I got a score record. That's any consolation. One day I'll go 1cc on this. Okay.